I don't drink coffee, so I get flower duty. And when you think of flowers for Valentine's Day, you probably go instantly to red roses. But if you want to buy local this year, Sandra Laubenthal is here to tell us you can't do that in Oregon because there's no roses coming out of Oregon this time of year. Surprising, because Sandra, you're with Peter Court Roses in Hillsboro. You're also the president of the Oregon Flower Growers Association. So why no roses for Valentine's coming out of Oregon?
It was a little too cold last year, and we spent a little too much money, so we felt like, well, we really can't afford it this year. So we thought, we'll just focus on our other flowers that we grow, which are winter flowers, freesias and anemones, lilies, and we also have ranunculus. So those are more suited to a cooler greenhouse environment. So that's what we decided to do.
You were telling me roses need that overnight heat to be able to really foster, but you really can't do that in Oregon.
It's 65 degrees at night, so you really have to crank the heat up. And sometimes that's just too expensive.
And in Peter Court, you've done roses in years past, just not this particular year.
Yes, and we may do them next year. Well, just this year we couldn't do it.
So give me some ideas then, Sandra. You have these beautiful bouquets in studio with us. And give me an idea then of what bouquets, what can we ask the florist for that we know will come from Oregon?
Okay, there are a lot of things. I mean, Oregon is really good for bulb crops because it's a cooler, they need cooler climate. So tulips are fantastic. I got some tulips from my friendly Huebridge Farm guy today at the market. And there are, of course, lilies are a bulb crop, anemones, ranunculus, there are daffodils and other bulb things too. So and then branches. You know, it's really beautiful to have something like witch hazel, or we've got pussy willows and the viburnum. They're
branches
just
right here
wonderful.
covering your beautiful face.
Oh, do I?
But no, we can see them coming up. Yeah, I saw them earlier, and they really add some height to this beautiful bouquet.
Yeah, I think it adds an airy look, and that's a really beautiful look right now that people are really liking. So you can add that space, but you know, the tulips also come in a lot of different shapes and sizes, and then these anemones are fantastic. They open up, and then when it gets cool, they close, and then they open back up again.
Pink in the front, that's an anemone?
That's an anemone.
And you know, when you're dealing with ordering flowers for Valentine's Day and you do want to stay local, what is the best way to do it? Do you request that at your florist?
Yes. In fact, a florist told me today at the market, Sandra, tell them to ask us for locally grown flowers. And you'll get them. So, but you have to ask. So they're not always something that they think to put in a bouquet, but if you ask for them, they will.
And if you do decide to go roses this year, where do you figure they'll be coming from?
Roses are mostly coming from South America, but I included a few interesting roses in here that are from California. So we have some California roses.
Oh, the pink roses.
Yeah, that's Euphoria is a company in Southern California, and they are growing roses. And
very beautiful.
There are several companies in California that grow roses. So even though they're not from Oregon, they're from the U.S.
Well, I thank you for coming by today with good information and a good reminder about buying local this February 14th. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kathy.